Good morning and welcome back to the Bitter Victory. My name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir. We are on episode 17, and if you're under the age of 18, please go get some Cheerios and sit down in front of a television for what now passes as Saturday morning cartoons, with my apologies that what you have to endure is crap compared to what a good Gen Xer enjoyed on a Saturday morning. Taking a moment to reflect on the amazing offerings such as gummy bears. An underrated cartoon which you can find on Disney+.
I remember that.
I know. It was a good show.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that when we played Vampire the Masquerade, we referred to using your blood to buff up your strength and your dex as drinking your gummy berry juice. Les looks confused.
Hello?
Anyway, let's go around the table. As you can tell, we are short one this morning, which was one of the reasons we were delayed. We were discussing how best to remedy the solution. We decided we're going to move on with the scene and see where that takes us and what happens as a result therein. We're also kind of prepping for the good Reverend is going to either meander off next time or take a hit to the back of the head early in the fight. We're not sure which. Depends on where today goes.
Pretty much, yeah.
I have no power to control that. So, around the table, and here's our icebreaker. So there's a who are you, where do we find you, who are you playing, and if they were the star character in a $5 Steam game, what would it be?
There we go. There we go.
I think that ties our green room conversation right into the moment.
Oh, no.
So, Les, you ready to kick us off?
Yeah, because I'll go first because Pond and I switched frames, so I'm technically first in the queue. No, let me back. We were just discussing that whether or not I should stream the list of sus games on Steam, because I actually didn't know that this. I obviously should have assumed, but I didn't know that this was like a corner of Steam was like hella sus shit. But I think the first thing I thought of, so I'm just going to go with it, is that you know Dead by Daylight, games like that, right? You know, Dead by Daylight recently brought out a dating simulator where it's like, because obviously Dead by Daylight is about like you running away from killers who are trying to kill you, and then they brought out a dating simulator where like you can like fuck the killers. I hope that it would be like a really weird dating simulator where it kind of doesn't feel right, but you could definitely date Ellis if for some reason you like really wanted to. Like boyfriend dungeon vibes, you know, like the dating simulator where they turn into weapons. Yeah. Like it's like a dating simulator, but it's like just kind of weird. And it just kind of hits the niche of like sus games on Steam.
Okay. And you're playing Ellis, the Human Fighter Warlock.
Yeah, that too, apparently.
Okay. Relevant to our conversation. Good morning, Eat, today. Pont?
Hi, everyone. I'm Pond, and I play Lady Marie, and her game would be a library simulator where you get to learn the Dewey Decimal System, and you scold kids who return books back either late or in bad condition.
Nice.
Someone on Steam is like, hell yeah!
Yep. It's literally like $2.99 on Steam. If it
Oh,
existed.
does it?
No. I mean, it could. It probably
Constantly
does, let's be
60%
honest.
off.
Yeah.
The British Library Simulator?
There you go. It's literally that.
Wow.
I'll have to purchase that
I think she
now.
just found it.
Yeah.
Al?
Hey there, this is Snafu Al across Twitch and other places. I'm playing Innis, the half-elf artificer, and I think his game on Steam would be essentially a steampunk Kerbal space program.
Yeah.
Trying desperately to build useful things, only for things to go catastrophically wrong in all the most unexpected ways. That sounds entirely Innis.
Yeah. That is that game, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, just slap some cogs on it and call it steampunk, and it's Innis.
Yeah.
A game of literally building the airplane in the air.
Yep.
Okay. And DW, do you want to ground us?
Hello. My name's Daddy Wisdom across Twitch, Daryl in real life, and I'll be playing the Reverend Boddington as he currently goes through kind of a road to Damascus story arc. He realizes he's more religious than he thought. He's having religion thrust upon him. It's basically the way it's going. If the Reverend had a Steam game, maybe it'd be maybe it'd be in the daddy dating genre, because that kind of a nice crossover to my Twitch combo as well, isn't it? So you've got Dream Daddy, dating
Yes.
sims and all that.
They're in a
Yeah.
dating sim together, and it's like just like when you date murderers, like
So yeah, it'd be like something like that, So it'll be the Reverend Broderton's Dream Daddy DLC or something, in terms of I can't. God knows where that would lead in terms of game, but I think that's where he'd sit. I think. So yeah, that's me.
That'll work. My name is Rob, aka Lantern Noir. I get to be everybody else, which means that I would represent the entirety of the Steam library.
That is true.
Because it kind of covers everything.
Yeah.
Plus, as Techie and I are currently collaborating, we're putting together an opportunity to showcase my writing and his programming talents. So you can look forward to our title being released sometime in 2027 on Steam.
Cool.
Hashtag bring Brian back. I don't know if we can. I feel like Brian's arc has been played all the way through.
I don't know, some sort of gritty reboot in a year's time, surely.
Maybe a spin-off.
Yeah.
the next character I'll play is Brian.
Save it for the next campaign in the same setting.
He's kind of doing his own thing. Brian's Last Hurrah, available during the Halloween sale on Steam.
Yeah, definitely $2.99 for sure.
Yeah.
I can respect that. So when we left off, you were gathered around the table on the Fiddler's Due. You had an opportunity to meet the two captains of the Royal Navy vessels that were in the harbor with you. Recap for those that are new or have forgotten the plot thus far. Arrived in the Isles, found a treasure map, rescued a princess in disguise, found the money. Money was connected to a dragon. You were terrified of a dragon before you even met the thing. Wackiness ensued. Had a pub crawl, felt better, got screwed by all of your dates. Sort of. Negotiated, fought the dragon's larger minions. Draco Lich left. You entered into parley with the Commodore of the pirate fleet, two members of the Royal Navy who happened to be in the harbor at the time, and yourselves. Did I miss anything?
I think you could insert the line "shenanigans ensued" several times throughout that summary, but otherwise,
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds about right. Let me pop this open because I think I know what's about to happen. So let's be ready for that if that should. And yeah, so they ran up a signal that you were to come over. You had been invited over and you took them up on the invitation to come over to the Fiddler's Due, which is the flagship of the pirate navy, and have the opportunity to make a plan. And that is taking care of their yeet. You should be good to go. And yeah, cool. Got that taken care of. I did. As soon as I saw that you were checking how many points you picked up. Okay, so are there questions lingering before we get started into the scene?
I was about to ask the names of the officers, but I see that you've sorted that.
Yes, I have. I'm on top of that.
Yes.
There's Captain
Step
McCoy,
ahead.
who is the captain of he introduced himself as the captain of the HMS Gallant, and Commander Hopkins, who is the captain of the Stingray. which it remains one of my favorite little bits about the old Navy, is that captain refers to both a rank and a title. You could actually be the captain of a ship and only be a lieutenant. Because captain
I learned that from Mass Effect. Because Commander Shepard, but in a certain part of Mass Effect, you are referred to as captain because you run the ship.
Because you run the ship.
Yep.
That's true, yeah. It's like,
And there's literally Shepard's like, oh, I've only reached the rank of commander, and they're like, no.
I got that from the Patrick O'Brien books, which is showing my age, I think. But like a Commodore is kind of a temporary title, in that you are normally, like you say, a captain of a ship. But if you're then designated the leader of a small group of ships on an expedition, you are elevated to Commodore, and then you put your pennant away afterwards when you split. It's only admirals who maintain their multi-fleet or multi-ship titleage. Commodore is something you only have when you're in charge of a group, and what have you, and you've been given that. And what have you? But this is now the naval history D&D stream, isn't it?
That's nothing you
Remember
should
that time that Ellis had you asked me what you gave her a rank in the military because I was like, I don't know what you meant.
You should see my notes for the Convergence, where I wrote up the entire structure of the Imperial Army.
I actually love that, though.
World building.
Yeah,
I'm into that.
I only spent 3 weeks debating whether or not an NPC they were meeting was a lieutenant or a captain. And well, that's too. Hats are a big thing. In fact, you'll even notice that I'll pop it back up here again because we're not going to need the combat map out very often.
The different braiding on the braiding lining the hat.
Yeah, Commander Hopkins has a silver braiding, and Captain McCoy has a gold to help designate the ranks.
Ooh.
Plus, McCoy just looks a little more moneyed, and Hopkins looks like he could probably use a shave.
Fair.
Or at least a touch-up. He wasn't planning a big meeting today when he got up. I'm sure his steward
if I'd known if we had known we'd have a parley, I would have showered.
Kind of. Somewhere on the Stingray there's a captain steward going, God damn, I told him we should have shaved this morning. God damn it. Which is part of their jam. Okay. So, we left off with there being a significant exchange of eyes, a firm handshake, and at which point the woman whose title seems to be throughout the Isles, the Queen of the Damned, will reintroduce herself as Captain Armstead and would like to hear what exactly everyone plans to do about this damned dragon.
Captain Armstead, thank you for gathering us here, but it seems like you possibly have a plan with gathering us together. So I'm curious of your thoughts.
She leans back in her chair a bit. My plan was to get the most potent players on the table together and figure out what we are going to do, as clearly it knows not to respect a flag or a territory.
You are right there. And I think there is little harm in us collaborating together. However, the last time we spoke, you had put certain expectations on the table. And do those still stand here?
Oh, do I want to know where the money is?
You asked for far beyond money. You asked for our ship, not back, because you had stolen it from us. And yeah, you wanted to know where the money is, and your uses for it were, I'm not sure if the Royal Navy here would appreciate that, but I want to know what your expectations are going into this, because before I carve out some kind of deal.
McCoy will put will lean forward. I'm sorry, I'm confused. Whose ship are we referring to?
Taken? My ship. Or it is now. Unfortunately, the captain of the ship was killed at the hands of, and she gestures.
Glances over at Armstead, raises an eyebrow, and she kind of gives him a side eye back and a half grin. And her answer is simply, "It was a naval action in which we won. We claim the ship as a prize." McCoy will kind of ponder that a minute and go, "We have bigger problems right now, I think, than that. So let's put it as we all understand that we will return to our vessels, and when this collaboration is concluded, we will maintain those posts."
I can agree with that.
Armstead's response to that is simply a, "Took it once." But I will concur for now.
I'm glad you're such a team player. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I appreciate that.
No, not going to do that. So that is settled. Armstead will look over. So, the ship matter is settled. Are we agreed then that the coins need to be dispersed appropriately?
Once the dragon is destroyed, then we will work out a negotiation from there, yes. You see, and I turn to McCoy, we happen to know upon the location where cursed coin is. We do not want to spread it into the population because that could cause more harm than good in these circumstances. So we'd much rather keep that location quiet until this dragon is dealt with, and then as all of us are dealing with this together, figure out a proper use for it. Which personally, I believe should go back into the areas that have been destroyed or put down because of this dragon and help rebuild them.
McCoy will consider that. What makes you so sure it's cursed?
I am well educated in this story of this dragon. I was taught about it when I was younger. Of course, a lot of us thought it was just legend. However, but when I stumbled upon it, it was very clear that it was cursed.
A fair point. A fair consideration. Is this coin that's stamped from the kingdom?
Was it? DM?
Did we check?
It's a dang good
believe
question.
It was old, is what I
It's
remember.
hella old.
It was
yeah.
hella old.
It could have been older than the kingdom.
Probably not.
Or
Honestly.
is this going to be a case of it's a previous ruler's face on it?
Yeah.
Would I have
topical.
known the ruler's face? I took a lot of history classes.
Who's the late queen?
It would have been, if it was old. Probably yeah. So I would say your gut reaction would probably be to say no.
Okay.
Just because of the age.
Yes. It was not stamped with the kingdoms.
McCoy will consider that for a few moments. All right. Yes, I suppose it's possible that we can negotiate the terms of the dispersal of the coinage when this is all concluded. If that's agreeable to you, Captain, and he looks over at Armstead, who half rolls her eyes again and kind of puts her hands up and shrugs. Fine. Although I would like it noted that I've already lost 2 ships to this thing, and there will be a leveling of the ledger to replace that tonnage, if you will.
Does that mean you want a bigger share?
Means that I want to be sure that my endeavors on behalf of the kingdom are not ones that become a loss. I'm fine not turning a profit.
So many
I have
words
ways
these
to do
people
that.
Use. Yeah. I'm muttering, you know. I was like, is there any coffee in this cabin? Hey, Woody. So, yeah, I am actually looking around for coffee. Has a steward come in yet? I would assume that like our host would have seen to that, or do I need to kind of sort of like go, garçon? You know?
There will be a moment where the yes, absolutely, someone will pop their head in with a coffee service if needed,
Okay.
and there will be pictures of fresh drinking water, and a pitcher of some ale on hand.
I'll take it.
The Reverend
What time is it?
gets,
10 a.m. I'm okay with that.
don't
Yeah,
matter. But I've taken one of each. I've got a coffee one side and I've got the beer the other.
it's afternoon somewhere.
Facts.
And I'm kind of keeping half an ear on the
I've been up all
negotiations.
night.
But the Reverend's very impatient with this kind of stuff. As you know, he tunes out or just waits to hear what the action is. But he's just saying.
That's
people
true.
using people using 5 words here to not say something, you know.
Yeah,
And he's just saying, you know.
And to be fair, yeah, that's right, because we came from the pub crawl, the overnight, the fight in the morning, the 30 minutes of like, okay, catch your breath, run out, fight a Hydrolich,
Hydrolich, yeah.
Hydrolich, get on your boats, breathe, come to this meeting.
Facts.
You have had an
Go,
intense
go,
24
go,
hours.
go.
Yeah. That is true. And I think I'm certain I'm just checking my HP. Yeah, and I'm still bruised. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We're
my
sliding that
patience
ale
is-
down to the Reverend.
so I've got both. I need the coffee and I need the beer. And there's people now with fancy hats on using a lot of words to talk about how to kill a dragon as far as he's concerned.
Facts.
You know, yeah, so, you know. But yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to do that. And as we kind of finish up that bit of review, what is Innes thinking in this moment? How is Innes handling this?
Innes is trying not to draw attention to himself as much as possible. He's not best happy with the Royal Navy and Captain Armstead are talking as if we're not in the room. This is very much being a case of they like she's planning to take our ship and our share of any payoff. They're planning to let her do that and take a whole load of gold for this as well. What are we getting out of this exactly?
Is he saying anything, or is he just taking this all and
Nope.
waiting for a chance to bring it up?
No, because people in authority kind of concern him.
I think we talked about this last time too, didn't we? Like, we were both on the same page in terms of we don't get anything out of it. So, like, what's the point?
Yeah. Innes is massively in debt. That's why he lives on a ship.
Is Innes raising his eyebrows? Is there some eyebrow comms going?
He only has one eyebrow.
Is he raising it?
That's just like a bad line on a phone. You can still understand what you're sort of saying.
Yeah, where is it?
He's around too
Where's your
many
eyebrow
explosions.
right now?
Probably lowered in a sort. It would be a sort of furrowed brow, kind of thinking over everything that's going on. It's just sort of half furrowed.
Yeah, just like, you know, facts. Right, so Innes looks pissed off. The Reverend is mixing coffee and beer.
Not in the same cup, you understand. Though
in
he
his
has
mouth.
got-
Goes to
if
the
there
same
was-
place.
Within the
He's
minute mouth.
classier than that. Come
Yeah, you know, if there was brandy, then obviously I could sort that out. But it is very
Well, you
much.
didn't ask for it.
Yeah, should have asked some brandy.
It's a little early in the day for that.
Apologies, that's my front
We've been
door. I'll
up
be right
all night.
Oh,
It
right.
is still the same day.
Yeah.
That's that is on Ellis for still being
Just
not
yeah,
having
true.
slept. She had the
That's fair.
opportunity.
She's okay with it.
Everyone else got some sleep.
Losers. Okay. I would like to point out that there's a lot of difficulty in her expression because she's about to go against the Bay, and she knows that she's gonna be shit out of luck later. But she would like to point out that I don't think that I do agree that there should be I suppose you would say repayment for ships lost in the middle of this endeavor, and therefore I don't agree that a majority of the money should go to the kingdom unless they lose the majority share in the upcoming battles.
I didn't say the majority should go to the kingdom. I mean, like, there obviously some needs to go to repaying to build up things that.
But you want the money. You want the money to go to the things that are destroyed. So you want the money will then go to the kingdom, and they will probably do whatever they want with it. Like, we can't guarantee that money is going to be used for what you think it's going to be used for.
So we take the money to
Is
the
this all
communities.
happening at the table in front of all these people
Yeah,
as well?
fuck yeah.
Okay. It's fine. Because I was under the assumption that what we're saying at the table, never mind.
Nope. There was
it's
the
just
lead up of the going against Bay. I'm like, okay, buckle up, kids.
No, that's fine.
We are a dysfunctional family.
Ella speaks up.
Seriously.
Yeah, facts.
Marie says, all right. I have no qualms with sending money to things that need to be repaired. So, yeah, the pirate ships, absolutely.
Can we not say pirate, please?
My apologies. It was the kindest word, but never mind.
Privateer?
Freelance privateer is a preferred title in this company. And she looks very pointedly at McCoy, who looks very pointedly like around the table and then at her.
Can we settle on amphibious bandits? So I'll just go back to me drinking.
I agree with Ines. I think if your intent, my lady, is to share the money with communities that are in suffering, I think it should be taken directly to those communities and not specifically handed to the kingdom.
Yes, I didn't. Yes.
Hopkins will lean and goes, I absolutely agree with that. There's a definite danger in the bureaucracy that can often interfere with the dispersal of coin where it needs to be. I'm sorry to say so, Captain. He looks off to the side to McCoy, who kind of nods at him. But I believe the woman makes a very valid point that things can get lost in the hierarchy. And surely between ourselves and the, what did you say again? Freelance privateer Navy, we can ensure that the money is spread and account for each other. Could we not, Captain Armstead? Who kind of grins back. I'm certain we can find a way to account for each other's movements. So the matter of the money is decided. Upon the destruction of the dragon, the location of the first treasure trove will be shared with all parties? Uh-oh.
An eyebrow's just gone up. I think. Alice?
Oh, sorry. Well, I'm taking the advice of my bodyguard here, who is also heir to the throne in a way. So go ahead.
You I don't know. I don't. Well, I suppose to be fair and to be frank as well, the only thing that we really have is that location. So, who's to say that if we pass that around, that money will go evenly and won't just turn into a secondary bloodbath?
Are you suggesting that I would simply use the weight of my fleet to seize the entirety of the coin for myself, contrary to what we've negotiated in good faith at this table?
Well, I said who's to say, and right now you're to say. So
This is true. Nobody specified that it would be yourself. You're the one that brought those words out of your mouth.
As bartered in parley shall be bound in law at the sea.
Insight check.
Boom.
Fair.
That's legit.
Insight. -1. Let's fucking go. 13.
That's pretty solid. I'm not going to say she's out and out lying. But like she's not lying, but the gears are turning to figure out ways around whatever she agrees to.
looking for the loophole.
Lawful evil's fun that way.
Facts.
Can we get it in writing that it will be on the destruction of the dragon?
In writing? To which both McCoy and Hopkins will kind of glance over like, writing? McCoy, I suppose I could have my steward draw up an official document. I'm not... He looks at Hopkins, looks back at him. I'm not quite sure I'm authorized to enter into a particular treaty, which any written agreement would have to qualify as.
I simply prefer to have evidence of any sort of deal I'm entering into. As has been shown by the fact that our ship has been captured, and then as we reclaimed it properly, has now been insinuated as not being our property, we want to be ensured that everything is all above board, of course.
Understandable, but I'm afraid that... Well, and Hopkins will be the one person. Well, the matter at hand is simple. We can take the time to draw up a treaty, which, again, I believe neither myself nor Captain McCoy is qualified to sign. And this could easily turn into a several-week endeavor of having it approved through the Royal Court, ensuring the Admiralty has signed off on it. This could take a significant amount of time to draw it up properly. However, captains at sea entering into a negotiation with each other, handshaken, alcohol shared, I believe we can all agree at the table is perfectly binding and expedites the process. Not, and then he glances straight across the table, not that I'm anxious to end negotiations by any stretch of the imagination, but we do have a matter at hand we don't want to put off too long, as if you wait too long, opportunities might pass you. And again, he actually
Who's
makes
drinking at the table?
I don't know.
He said alcohol shared.
But he absolutely will try to catch Ellis's eyes on that last line.
Is he drinking?
Mm-mm.
I'm going to slide him my ale. Why he said alcohol shared? Share with the man.
All right. He'll take it from the table and take a pull off it and set it back down. Armstead will look at the table again. All right. So, there's still the dragon that's attacking my ships that we need to deal with. Thus, and she actually takes her hat off and sets it on the table next to her and just runs her hands through her hair a couple of times. So, we have agreed. Nobody's having their ships taken away. We will fly together under one banner until such time as the dragon is put down. And at which point, the good captain, and she gestures at Lady Marie, will reveal the location of the treasure troves. Coin will be picked up and dispersed. We will all sail our separate ways peacefully until we pass over the horizons. Is this part of our negotiations concluded?
No, there's just one little fine detail. Thank you, though. I appreciate everything you said.
The
I would just
Reverend's
like to
put
very
his hand up.
specifically
Can I have
define,
another beer, please?
quote, their ships, because our minds are probably not meeting one another on who is defined as who owns whose ship. And I would like to clarify that before anything happens. I'd like your word, Captain.
You would like my word that the ship that I rightfully took on the seas in combat and you stole out from underneath me with an underhanded, disgraceful display of subterfuge and backstabbery will remain under your control.
Oh, a pirate queen that doesn't like backstabbery.
I believe that she prefers to stab people in the front.
Oh, we've seen that repeatedly, yes.
We have indeed. I would have thought all this happened in international waters. So, does it matter? Where's that beer?
As stated, we will all sail over the horizon and you can have your little boat.
Thank you.
But by a little boat, we mean like
The Bitter
The
Victory.
whole
that
ship.
one,
the
right?
Bitter Victory.
Yeah.
The little 12 gunner compared to the not little.
Yes, but we're not being put
Facts.
to sea in a launch.
Correct.
I don't want to end up in a little boat with my friends.
Well, she said little boat.
Facts.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Okay.
Marie will pour a glass of it was ale, you said?
Yes, there's water, ale. Wine has not been brought out.
Which
With
is a
coffee.
shame, really. She'll pour 2 glasses of wine and hand one to the captain and one to herself. And
There's no
Cheers.
wine. What you mean?
I meant ale.
Ale.
Oh, facts. Damn.
Yeah, this is not an occasion to open the stuff that has to age. This is an
Come on.
occasion to drink stuff that you know doesn't have worms in it.
Fair.
What the fuck?
Water, not always clean. Ale, always clean.
Hell yeah,
Have you seen ship's biscuits? You know?
bruh.
This is why Innes keeps a kettle down in the engine room so we can boil the water clean.
Fair.
Make sure it's drinkable.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. So now that is well and truly decided,
Well, yeah.
there is the matter of we have a general path that it took when it left harbor. And she turns to McCoy. How many ships can you bring? He kind of blinks at her abruptness. I can probably find another 4 or 5 in this region to add to a squadron. She nods. So what do you think? And she turns to Marie.
Sorry, I was typing something very important in chat.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What do I think? I think that we have a standing chance if we're able to locate the dragon before it can lick its wounds. There was a reason why she fled against what we currently have. Adding more to that will be just better in our favor.
Do we have charts and maps of the area that we can track and find likely locations that she would have fled to?
we did mark the last the islands that if she had flown straight, she would be landing at potentially. However, we don't know if
Which
she
of
was
those?
heading straight or if she decided to turn off when she was no longer visible.
Did you not do that?
Oh, we've already consulted. I'm still speak up. We've already plotted several possible landing points for the
Boss.
creature. The challenge is finding the one that seems appropriate, something small enough to not be well frequented, but large enough to not make a dragon feel crowded.
Between these specifications and two separate sets of charts and possibilities, could we perhaps combine notes to narrow our field?
Surely there's 3 sets of. Surely the kingdom. No? Also thought of.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Hopkins will be the one to speak up. Actually, the Stingray is initially served as a survey ship before she was armed for war. We have an extensive collection of charts and maps,
Hell yeah.
not only of the waters and islands, but the stars above. We're very much a vessel designed for that. Perhaps we should compare our notes and see if we might better plan the possible landing points. If someone from he'll look across at Marie. If someone from your crew would want to come over to the Stingray with some of your charts, we can compare them
This guy's
together.
just stealing my idea.
Yeah, they do.
I literally just said that.
Sometimes you.
Innis, dear, unfortunately, you'll see that a lot in these types of situations. It's not that your opinion isn't valued, as you were the first to say it. However,
Yes. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I'm afraid my head isn't fully in this. My apologies, my good man.
Sir, good for you in this. I'm just.
But
going
yes,
and
I can send someone over to share charts. Captain Armstead, do you happen to have your notes and charts too? Would we all be meeting on the Stingray for this? Or if you'd like to hand over your notes, then if you are busy with repairs or the such.
That fucking smile, bro. What you mean?
Absolutely, I will send someone with our charts. In fact, and she points down at the end of the table, Darby, be a dear and go get our charts. I will send them with her.
Her, it's taking this cabin boy here. Darby, you did get the name right at least. I'm glad to know that you're somewhat familiar with your former crew.
Oh, have you already forgotten what a wonderful conversation she and I had last evening?
Is Darby like panicking? Because Darby was like trying to like be a dude during that time, from what I recall.
Yeah. No, Darby's already processed that because that came up at the end of the pub crawl session.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. I retract all that.
That's how. Yeah.
Although Cabin
What's
Boy,
Darby doing?
Cabin Boy can be a gender non-specific term in this day and age. Cabin Kid just doesn't roll off the tongue right.
Oh God. What's Darby doing? Getting out.
She for her part will nod and acknowledge that she will take care of that when the time has come. That she's happy to act on Armstead's behalf in this case.
Well,
and then we'll start to say something and then kind of pull it in.
If that's the case, then I'll take our shots. Above.
Perfect.
Excellent. So that is done. Unfortunately, and this Armstead will speak up, there is another matter which we should probably attend to. More than
Alright.
likely, whatever this beast is, we'll need something more than just the skeletal form destroyed. There's probably a
Killfish,
focus.
What?
There's probably a focus that she's created as some sort of a safety device. A place to retreat to if her body is destroyed.
Oh, okay. I've played Dragon Age. I know what this is.
While I do adore what your little vessel is capable of, I would propose that perhaps we, and she looks over at McCoy and Hopkins, keep it distracted while a landing party sees to the core.
Do you have any idea where this core is?
More than likely where the beast made her roost.
Then we're hoping that from this recent engagement, she's taken off straight towards her roost.
Relatively speaking, perhaps. She may have had the good wisdom to make a few turns, but I'm quite certain that our man Hopkins here and your lady here, and she points at Alice, can put two and two together to lock down a good place for us to land.
Whose ship is faster?
I
Like,
think it would be.
Between us and the Stingray.
Oh, Hopkins will, at the question, Hopkins will actually push,
Oh my God.
roll his shoulders back and go, oh, the Stingray's the fastest ship in the seas right now.
Oh, I'm more than willing to put that to the test.
Yeah,
Are
let's
you,
go.
He looks over at, like,
wager on this one.
okay. He doesn't say it, but his whole body language says, all right, kid, let's see what happens when you open yours up. So there's
An
a
old-fashioned pissing contest, my favorite.
Ennis, what can we bet? What have we got?
Yeah.
What have we got?
What do you, I don't know. I don't think we've got anything really.
Anybody got anything? You can have one of my rings. It's got white jewels in it.
Rob so definitely wants to say, well, obviously we erase her pink slips.
Oh.
Was it Hopkins? Is it Hopkins who's the one who's like
Oh yeah,
flexing?
Stingray is
Yeah.
the smaller of the two ships.
All
So
all right, Junior. You see this ring? And he takes one of the rings off. See, this ain't glass inside. These are actual rubies, real rubies. Right? I'm happy for you to take it to any assayer of your choice. I reckon if I was to convert this into common gold, I reckon this is worth 100 gold pieces. Do you care to match our bet? And he taps his ring on the table.
McCoy will take his hat off and start to rub his eyes. Which Hopkins go, I have a bottle in my cabin of a brandy aged 175 years. I think that'll match that ring.
What say ye, Innis?
I'm staying out of this. You're the one doing the gambling.
Yeah, but I knew. Yeah, but I knew. What's that? Come on, you're my engine man. We happy with this? This wee little.
I just want to prove superiority of technology. That's all.
Ixnay on the technology tail. So yeah,
I'm sure
all
that
right.
the good commander is well aware of the strengths of proper shipbuilding and believes that his is built superior to ours.
All right. Bets on.
You got any decent wine in that stowaway cupboard of yours?
Good brandy. Good brandy.
Shut up.
I think there's a bottle of wine aboard the ship.
Right, fuck it.
If the occasion calls for it. But he looks down at the Reverend and over it, and it's, I do believe the gentlemen, though, are thinking more something. Well, is that equitable when the time comes to put the ships through their paces?
I remain confident in our ship's abilities and the crew's skill, which would indeed, with the greatest respect, put your ship to shame in terms of what we're able to do. I am happy for. Do we have one of the other captains here? Would you be happy to be the arbiters of the judges of this little kind of friendly wager? And I'm happy for my ring to be, how should we say, kept in escrow, I think is the term, along with the brandy, which then can be given to the victorious party after our said little who gets to the island first, or whatever this roost thing is. I don't know.
And of course, this all plays
I know.
into everyone's advantage because the faster we can track down the dragon, the better.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know where we're heading, but I'm sure we'll find that out. And if we happen to get there first, like you say, we can then do what we need to do. And at the end of it, we walk away with a nice bottle of brandy.
Armstead will speak up. If you get there first, she will snatch that ship out of the water and snap it to twigs.
Well,
Yeah, but we'll have a nice bottle of brandy to deal with it.
All right. Okay. Right. I will know. So, all right. So I'm just gonna go. So I just need another coffee now. So I'm just. I'll leave. I'll leave the grown up, shall we say, to finish off the negotiations.
Well, Coy will speak up. While I appreciate the need for the Royal Navy to prove its superiority to all of their vessels on the seas, I do believe the Captain Armstead raises a valid point that perhaps we might conclude your little wager at a later date. If that's agreeable, Commander Hopkins. Oh, absolutely, sir. Very agreeable. Matter at hand first. Matter at hand.
Of course. We've got to give you time to get over pissing your trousers.
Initially, yeah. Yeah. Well, just leave them. Yeah. Well, we'll take your money off you as it were later. It's fine. There's no rush.
So we'll look over at Marie. What do you think of the plan thus far?
You bring up a valid point. Your ships have far more arms than ours do. We're better off on foot. So yes.
We did prove that when we absolutely shit whipped the members of this crew. So
It's time that Marie just pinches the bridge of her nose.
Sort of mirroring McCoy. There's just the two.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then the Reverend's like, "So, is there any more coffee?
I could go for more coffee.
You just can't get the staff any. A good ship steward would be all over this. Can we get some more coffee, please?
Where's Leaf when you need him?
That's the thing. We took the good sheep.
We've got
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, we nicked Leaf, didn't we? Sorry. Yeah. Bring your second best steward over with some more coffee, please.
Oh, Leaf wasn't the steward. Leaf is
He's
chief of the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he does everything we need.
He makes things happen, doesn't he? Yeah. So
he's your top NCO.
Yeah.
He's a go-to guy.
Yeah, you're bosun. Yeah. And your purser and your quartermaster and your head carpenter and
a shoulder to cry on those sad nights.
You probably aren't paying him enough, actually.
Yeah, probably not.
Did he leave a wife
I'm
or
trying
something?
very hard to
his
pay
wife left
everybody
his wife
very well.
left him.
Yes.
His wife left him and he's devastated. That's right. That's why we were like, we love him.
Yeah.
Well, there might be a little bonus in for when we distribute the funds. I think there might be a little bonus for Leaf.
Yeah.
Awesome.
He'll get a snifter from the fancy brandy.
Yeah. That's true. We'll give him a shot on that as well. But
we knew
as you might tell, the Reverend's losing focus slightly, with his bruised ribs.
As happens, as can happen.
Yeah.
Facts.
I'm going to speak up. So I have this right. We will set out together. We will join with more ships of the Royal Navy. More of my ships will come to our banner. We sail under a single colors. When we arrive wherever this dragon may be, the bulk of the fleet will engage, while you, and she looks at Marie, take your party ashore to find any sort of focus or phalanti or some other arcane focus that it's using to maintain itself.
Yes. However, I also want to take into consideration that along with fighting a full dragon, we need to take in to thought the other creatures that she could summon that could potentially take down a parked ship. So please just be aware of that, as seeing as it's no longer your ship, I'm sure you don't really care about its protection as much. But you can't get gold if we're stranded on an island. That's all.
Or dead.
Or dead.
Fair.
A valid point. A very valid point. And to be fair, let us assume for the sake of argument that we acknowledge the fact that that is actually my ship. If we assume thus, and it is lost, I have lost a ship. And that doesn't do me any good anyways.
Hell no.
All right. Honestly, I'm just tired of this back and forth. I will give you a new ship. Just let me get to my destination. I'm losing patience about this, honestly. I'm about to tell you all to just handle this yourselves. Honestly.
Besides which, you've already established in these negotiations that you intend the
we can keep our little
distribution of funds to be based on losses. Thus, if you consider our boat to be yours, you would then be proven to sink it to improve your own profits.
Oh, but then...
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I being too cynical for the Pirate Queen?
Point made. Point made.
I thought it was ours. I thought we established that's our property.
Assuming for the sake of argument. Obviously, we don't want that ship lost.
Well, if it's lost, then we get the money. So, GG's.
I would not like it lost.
I would not like it lost either.
Same. I really like the captain's quarters. It's like a second home to me.
That was a really weird inflection on that.
Eyebrows were exchanged at that point.
Could use a bigger bed, you know, who's to say?
Right. So what's happening then?
Hopkins will take a moment to take that in and kind of glance between the two of you and then shrug.
One of you take the opportunity to glance between him and Hopkins. I can't because I'm on the same side of the table. So
Marie is just holding his gaze if he, like, dead eye.
Oh, God. She would like to roll for intimidation, please.
Would she?
Not wrong. A little bit.
All right, go for it.
Not like I'm going to kill you. Let me clarify.
Yeah, I mean, Hopkins
real quick.
is very
Let me
much...
clarify.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's not, I'm going to kill you intimidation. It's not evil intimidation. It's just, this is my boundary, sir. And I'm already losing my patience, so don't see it lost.
Okay.
He was very quick to bring up the sharing of
22.
alcohol when it came to Alice.
Yes.
Okay. All right. 22
Holy
is a
shit.
solid roll. That's a solid, like, hey, bugger off.
Staring so hard, we have to check for exit wounds. Fucking hell.
She's also smiling very pleasantly.
That
God.
makes it worse. That makes it way worse, actually.
Sits back in the seat a little bit. Kind of adjusts his hat. Right. So Armistead will speak up. So we have an agreement then. Our mate Darby will collect our charts travel with you back to your vessel. You will then coordinate with Mr. Hopkins in order to plot a course. And we set out post haste.
Yes. Lovely.
We are
And then
putting.
do we just meet back here post dragon to sort out who gets what kind of money, or
Maybe a land-based neutral venue at that point. Maybe
Right.
Maybe the roost.
the roost itself.
I suppose we'll have to see how things go before we establish that.
yay?
I think it is optimistic to think that there will not be losses.
Very fair.
I don't like the way you're looking in my direction when you say that. Is there something wrong?
I felt that.
It also seems reasonable that we should ask the Victory to hold back until we have drawn the dragon out before you make for the island.
Absolutely. I am not planning on this being a suicide mission.
I'd love a rest, so I agree.
McCoy said, absolutely, the smoke and the cannonades will provide a good cover for whatever it can summon.
Then we need to agree a signal. If we are to hold back before we go ashore, we'll need some kind of signal that it's time to go.
I assume the smoke alone will be signal, and perhaps massive dragon flying overhead.
Assuming we find it.
I don't want to call for signals, that at least formal signals, unless absolutely necessary, as it will draw attention to our multiple ships, and perhaps put targets where they're not necessary. But we should at least have a signal for needing to evacuate.
Surely we can work that out when we know where we're actually going. Like right now, we have no idea
A signal to
where the hell
retreat?
we're going.
If the situation calls for it. However, I'm prepared to stay. I just want to consider every situation.
I mean, I'm down to die for this. If that's what we're talking about.
Hopkins will go, I would like to submit that I'm not prepared to die. For what it's
Ow.
worth.
Retreat signal.
Absolutely piss weak. Disappointing.
Yes, well,
do flares exist in this world?
there's a lot of life to be had. That said,
That said, you're serving in the Royal Navy. Shouldn't you be
Bruh.
willing to sacrifice your life on the protection of the kingdom?
oh, absolutely, if necessary, but a tactical retreat to regroup, reform a line, and attack again is generally preferable to sinking at sea.
There is valid point in
I'll concede that point,
considering the dragon itself had done that.
I think we can agree, though, and he looks around the table, that we will be in communication throughout the engagements.
Very fair.
We
Armstead will
have a
speak up.
way to do that.
Does this conclude then our meeting?
Well, I'm done.
Excellent. I look forward to the report from the Stingray as to where to head. We will be moving out of the harbor within the next 12 hours. Any of my ships that we find will join our squadron. She looks at McCoy. I trust you will signal any Navy vessels to join us as well. He nods. Excellent.
Cool.
At least it should
Right.
be easier leaving this ship than last time.
I hope so.
So, do we have an opportunity
work.
for a long rest at this point?
Assuming we can leave.
Yeah, once we're off, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause we wait for people to regroup.
Just trying to avoid any awkwardness on the way off as we pass by our dates from the other night.
Do you want to talk to any of them? Or is it just let's get on the longboat and get out of here?
Do they want to talk to these guys?
Is there anything to talk about other than you fucking shot me?
Yeah. Maybe there's a weird vibe at this point.
Additionally, there's the question of where does Innocent and Shosho begin?
Yeah.
Right.
Innis is spicy today, so I don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
To that end, I can tell you that Malloy, the large, heavy, strong woman, it shows no interest in tracking you guys down.
Yeah, because I kicked her ass. I did.
For certain values of ass kicking.
Yeah. Hands were laid upon asses, I think, is what we're saying. But,
No, that was the night before with the Reverend.
oh, right, yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I downed her. Pretty sure I whooped her ass, bitch. Let's go.
Whether or not the gunslinger hangs out with Sadie, that'll be something that Jen and I can talk about between sessions.
God, I hope so.
Excuse me. But Fana will actually look like she's trying to watch Innis as you guys go to leave. She's sort of leaning up on the up where the helm is, watching as everyone files out of the captain's quarters and onto the main deck.
Can we perception check or some shit to see if she
That's exactly what I was looking for.
yeah.
What are you perceptioning
Can we
to
catch
notice her, or insight to
Yeah.
try to read her, or what?
I want to try and I want to know if she wants the vibe, if she's trying to catch the vibe with him.
I'm going to say that I'm not specifically looking around, so I'm just going to sit on passive perception of 13.
Yeah, you'll notice her. I mean, she sticks out on this crew a little bit.
Yeah, but does she look like she wants to talk to him?
That's an insight check.
Okay. I'm willing to try. I have no idea. Am I talking to that guy or am I leaving?
Apparently,
What happened to me?
That's a
Did I
good
get
question.
pulled out of here? What the fuck?
Well, as you guys are filing up onto the main deck to head back to your launches, Ellis will notice Fane looking over the rail and has no clue what her intentions are.
Women. Rolls eyes.
That tracks. That tracks. Yeet would like you to re-roll that.
Okay. Still gonna be women rolls eyes. Oh my god, I know everything! Did she love him?
Not 20.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
I'm like, and she told me everything.
You're just sort of meeting her eyes and then pointing at Innis's back. She's completely oblivious.
I have quite a way with women. Actually,
Yeah.
I was lying before.
They do.
Yeah, we went to the bathroom together. We
Yeah.
met in the cubicle, and she told me her deepest, darkest secrets.
Sidebar, by the way, y'all need to catch up on She-Hulk because there is a women
Oh
in
my
the women's
God, it's
bathroom
so
will
good.
do everything
Yeah.
for you moment. I
Oh,
won't
yeah, yeah,
spoil it, but it was just like holy cow, what an embodiment of that energy.
Yep.
I've been enjoying She-Hulk a lot. It's been really good.
I-
Again, no spoilers.
No
because I
spoilers,
know
but
yeah,
can we not to go off tangent, and they have decent little legal dramas tied to it.
Yeah.
It's not like a full Law and
It's-
Order episode, but it's like
very
just,
much like
Yeah.
it's literally like, yes, the Marvel people do whatever the fuck they want, like Iron Man, all that shit, they do whatever they want. But also like the law is still real, and this show is really good at being like, yes, but also like legally.
Can we talk about
Things
copyright
happen.
law?
Yeah, oh my god, it was so good.
Anyway, so yeah, Ellis is going to pick up on a crap ton of conflict. Like you can see, literally, you can see the gears turning as she is processing. Do I go down and talk to him? I really should talk to him.
I can see the gears turning on my wrist.
I don't want to talk to him. That was really awkward. I felt really bad about having to do that. He hurt me a lot. Like, not emotionally. Emotionally, I'm fine. But wow, I still have scars. And the longer you look at her, the longer she looks at Innes, and then she notices you looking at her, and you just watch it's just like beat red.
Oh yeah.
And she locks eyes with you, and there's that moment where she goes, "Oh," like you can see in her face, "Oh crap,
I've been spotted."
There are no secrets in front of me right now."
Yeah, I'm telling my son that this girl is looking at him.
As I'm still trying to get bits of my own hair out of the cogs on the bracelet.
I'm like, and it's this girl, like, you need to talk to this girl.
But she's part of the crew here.
I know you shot her. It was incredible, but I think you should. You need to talk to her. Unless you don't want to. I will
probably
respect.
should. I probably should.
I
I'm
think
not
you
happy
should.
with how that left off.
I think you should make peace with it. Maybe apologize for the shot. She might have found it impressive. I don't know. Who's to say?
I mean, was she even interested in me, or was it all the face I was putting on?
I mean, look, there's only one way to find out. But for your sake, I certainly hope it's the former. Because I think that you, as much as I enjoyed Giorgio's company, I like Innes a lot more.
I don't think I've ever heard someone say that with a straight face.
And I really hope that she did too.
The Reverend's been on me, just claps the shoulder of the. Comes over, claps a hand back on the shoulder. Yes, oh, I say. You know, it is. Go talk to the lady.
How do you even get up there?
Oh, no.
Mate.
I don't know ships very well.
What's her name? What's her name?
Fana, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Fana.
Fana, yeah.
Come here. Come here.
I'll just point out there's literally a flight of stairs right next to all of you.
Oh, we don't know that. Come here.
I was too zoomed in on the map to notice. I was still looking at
I was where is she?
She would be like up here-ish.
Oh, okay.
And you all are down here-ish because your boat is
GG's.
like here-ish.
So I'm just going to take a point of damage as these two shove me towards the stairs
Yes,
immediately.
I reckon we would. Yeah.
Just for no dignity whatsoever, I'm just going to trip on that bottom stair. Not ready for it at all.
That's legit.
I hope so. I just took the damage.
Was it one?
It was 1 point of damage. I'll happily roll for
that.
more if you want.
Yeah.
No.
So you're trying to
My
be all
God.
like dignified. Are you like limping, but trying to be all kind of cool at the same time? You know,
It's impossible.
Didn't
to
hurt
hurt
at all.
planted on stairs.
Yeah, it didn't hurt. Didn't hurt. It's fine.
There's no line across Innes's face.
Oh, something just happened.
Dabson Pie 69 throws a healing potion to Innes.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick 5 because people got to pee. We're going to find out what happens with Innes, Fane, and with Ellis and Marie and Hopkins before we wrap for the day. And then
That
Innes is
feels
going
like-
to quaff that random healing potion he found.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
And
He tripped on the stairs and it was just there.
it was just there.
Is there even anything to roll on that?
We'll worry about that when we get back from the break. Let's see everybody back here in 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab coffee.
But there's a way to check if you really want to know. I'm intrigued. Cut your hand. Bleed in front of her.
Got it.
I mean, but if she's
Yeah, I didn't think I'd do it. I so did it. Smell it.
but like she could not necessarily
So
be a
positive right there.
vampire.
Well, you're
She'd be,
saying
like,
that she is a vampire, so.
or she's like possessed by one, or like
Cutting her hand open.
or like the
in the middle
leader.
of Strahd's domain.
Wait, her
Sounds
hand or
like-
my
not
hand? I
hers,
just cut
not
my hand
hers.
open.
Not hers.
Sounds like a
James.
fantastic idea. Oh.
I didn't have to cut my hand open. We need to cut her hand open.
Oh.
No.
Come here, girl. Come on.
no, you
I'm
mean to
already
say-
bleeding.
James just like waving his bloody hand in
Like, come
Irina's
on.
face.
As you seem to be doing really well with it.
Ooh, nat 20s to
Oh
25.
my god.
Jeez.
Nice. Scattered it.
Wow. Well, you can roll your damage. I don't.
25. Because I got 3 6s.
Holy cow.
Oh my goodness.
She just hulked out. Rage hard.
Yeah, I think you should rage all the time. I think you
I
should
like this
never
rage,
not.
yeah.
Never
This
not be
is
raging.
it. Well, I
There's
only get
where all our
2.
good rolls were hiding.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's why they were so bad earlier. We were saving up. But... Stop hitting my friends.
Oop, wrong
They're
way.
damaged books with that kind of attitude.
Well played. Wow.
Punch the. No, I know that's a bad idea.
There is so much nope surrounding this trap. I am not here for an amulet. I am here for a traumatized rogue. Let's get the fuck out of here. Oh, I'm sorry.
That's 2.
Well, I wasn't really concerned about the amulet. I just thought that
She did. Oh well.
support
completely
class,
useless. Come
Helena.
on.
You know,
Support class.
she just spent the last 4 hours digging what she thought was her own grave. She's had a rough day.
Oh
But
my
she
god,
also
we're
said
being
it was really
attacked
easy.
by
We've
dead
all
people's
had rough
ashes.
days, Helena.
One just went poof, and Katie is now inhaling dead people. How do you think she's feeling?
And that is that weird, sickly smell in the air.
Oh god.
Something like rotting meat.
Ew.
As we're walking, I'm like starting to like shake it off, and I'm just gonna say under my breath, she's just mad her mom never wanted her home for holidays either.
Wow, that's some Gossip Girl shit. Like,
Wow.
Anybody else smell that?
smells like salt.
Smells like tea to me.
Not what I meant.
Right. If you didn't know that was one of our clips, that's going in there.
Oh, dearie me.
There we go. Now I'm back. Oh, what are you doing?
All right, so streamer talked into a muted mic, folks. Everyone take a shot. You're swinging again.
Oh man,
Oh,
this
this
guy.
guy's tough.
What's up with this guy?
He's
What? What? This doesn't happen. This doesn't happen. All right, we're going. Let's go.
Okay.
And followed by the smite. Come on, Timber. We got this.
I mean, if he doesn't go down now, I don't know.
And
but
he finally drops.
Yes.
And is out of the scrap. Gets to the guy that he goes in, he does a few loops, he comes back out and beep.
Okay. Beep once if there's dead bodies in there. Beep twice. No, that doesn't work. All right, beep twice. No, that doesn't work. Okay, beep. Yeah, screw it. I'm gonna see if I can sneak up. Look, see if I can sneak
haven't found a widow to kind of like. He's got really the sharpest tack in this box. David.
Compliment the staff.
Idly with her hand. So your crewmates.
Yes.
Of a sort, yes.
Excellent. What ship did you come in on?
Fake name.
The good ship fake name.
Fuck. Should have seen that one coming.
Way.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm going. Like, do we think it's going to follow us?
Yeah,
I'm sure it will.
Run it? Yeah, I was gonna say, can we outrun it, or is it like something that's just gonna follow us no matter where we go?
I don't think we can outrun it. I mean, it's not going to come any closer for a bit.
Yeah, I agree. I think we're gonna have to fight
Well,
it.
we could take shelter in the smoldering ruins, right? Because
I don't know if that's gonna help.
We
It's probably
don't know what's in the smoldering ruins.
Well, it couldn't be any worse than this.
We could
Oh,
come
yes,
across-
it could!
We could come across like another giant creature, and then we're fighting two at the same time. And then
But
it's
it
terrible.
could be like Godzilla versus King Kong. So if we run into something even nastier, maybe it won't want to eat us. It'll go after the other thing because they're legends and they have to fight. That's how that works.
No, or they team up against us.
You've had a very fortunate life, haven't you?
Good old Mr. Freezy. Twice in a row on this.
What's a ranged attack?
I'm a gumball expert, so range I can do within close range, and I don't have disadvantage. The gumballs.
planned for
First
this.
one's a nat 20. First one is though,
Wow.
but a nat 20 though.
There we go.
Ooh, ooh. Sorry.
The one that's between Chrysanthemum and her bottle.
Yes. Yes.
That's a dangerous place to be for many reasons.
I'm gonna go. Common, Mother Clucker, do you speak it? We need some information. I'm not sorry, by the way.
In the aftermath, except for that like ringing sound.
I'm ready to watch.
Popcorn's out.
She's got popcorn. She came back with popcorn.
I have
Literal
popcorn, but I'm
popcorn.
going to be
Literal
doing
popcorn.
things.
Oh boy. The high stress moments. So when we left off, we have all kinds of fun things still to wrap today. So we're gonna deal with this one. Innes has been pushed towards the stairs up onto the aft castle, where Fane has been kind of attempting to look busy.
Just to check, what is the dice roll on the healing potion?
Oh, we did not actually roll that. Give
'Cause I
me.
wasn't at full health going into this. So.
Give me 10 seconds. And I can tell you. View. Ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. 5th level. It was 16.
Full health rate.
Go yeet.
I mean, I wasn't far off, but
Boom. There's that. Yeah. So you're in good shape. Clearly. The one thing you'll pick up as you make your way up the deck towards where she is, she's bad at faking looking busy. For the most part, she doesn't seem to really... She doesn't really know much about ships.
So she's just
That
sort of
is so
standing next to the mast
cute.
that's there.
Yeah, she's standing next to like some of the rope netting going up, attempting to look like she's mending it. And like, A, it's a cantrip. and B, it doesn't really need mending. So she's pretty much just poking magic at the same spot of rope.
Ines, you marry her. You marry her right now.
I just can't. I just cannot get over the popcorn.
After a long rest, I can legally marry you.
Well, that's not
I have
legal. That's
ceremony.
That's a spiritual marriage.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry about rings.
And as
either.
emperor,
I've
I
got
can marry
rings.
you.
So rings coming off the fingers.
Yeah, we got the rings covered.
Oh, and if Sadie is here, she'd be doing all the music for it as well.
Oh yeah, it'd be a thing. It'd be awesome. Whole thing. But so as you ascend the stairs and for the most part, the crew of the Fiddlers do kind of like glances around, and then kind of like all go off to do other stuff.
Innes is just sort of desperately trying to dust himself off and regain any sense of dignity whatsoever as he ascends those stairs, which is difficult with a red line from the corner of one of the stairs across his forehead, but that's not the point.
Very much not the point.
Good to see you again. Oh, I guess we kind of left things off on the wrong. Innes.
She takes a moment before she turns towards you. No Giorgio today?
I'll be honest, I don't really like Giorgio. I was told to be incognito, and that was the best I could come up with.
I don't suppose I have the right in any way to be disappointed that false pretenses were used that night.
I guess we were both kind of not who we said we were.
I think we can agree we were told not to be ourselves.
I mean, yeah. We were just following instructions.
And maybe neither of us was that good at acting.
Well, you already saw right through my acting, so...
It was cute. You worked really
Glad
hard
you
to
think
impress
so.
me.
Did it work?
Maybe. It's hard to say, as you did blast me through a doorway and into a wall.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, no, it's fair. I slammed you into a wall a few seconds before that.
I mean, if you want to slam me into another wall as some sort of... Oh my god, sorry, I am not good at this.
Yeah, you are.
What?
You're fine.
Thank you?
We both have a lot we should be doing.
Yeah.
It sounded like your crew has negotiated something with the captain.
Something like that. I'm not entirely sure.
You weren't there for the conversation?
I wasn't paying attention to most of the conversation. Once they wanted to see what our ship can really do, well, I got distracted thinking about that, really.
You're proud of that ship, aren't you?
I've got to be proud of something. It sure as hell ain't me.
Well, that's sad. I mean,
I've heard that before, yeah.
You manage the ship, right?
No.
Well, what's your role on it then?
Barely control it. And keep it moving?
Do you manage the sails?
No.
I'm confused. What's your role then?
I'm a tinkerer. I keep things fixed and working.
So the ship that you keep moving as tinkerer has something else that makes it move.
Something like that. Yeah.
Well, who else manages the, I guess, engines?
I mean, there was someone else, but he didn't show up last time we left port.
So you're solely responsible for maintaining the engines on the ship?
I guess so.
Sounds like a point of pride.
Huh. I never thought about it that way.
Sometimes it helps to have someone to help you see that.
Yeah. And you're always welcome. Maybe we can just start again?
I like the tale of Giorgio, though. I don't want to forget what happened. I just want to move forward from it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Besides, do you really think you could ever give up the chance to remind me that you know how to put me through a wall if you have to?
At this point, Inish is turning red.
Although, to be fair, you caught me off guard with that.
I guess we'll have to have another chance to try it when you're not off guard.
Or we could just yell at each other like other couples do.
Is it weird to say I'd like that?
Less bruises.
True.
Untrue. Untrue.
Your crew's heading down. But yeah. Yes.
You're welcome to join us.
Oh, I'm not sure the captain's ready to part with my service just yet.
I'm not sure the captain was ready to part with any of the rest of our crew either, but...
Doesn't work that way.
A man can dream.
Give it time. I look forward to seeing you again.
I guess we'll see you on the other side. Of... whatever this is.
She'll turn around and go back to poking at the knots.
I don't think that needs mending.
She'll look over her shoulder and smile, and then kind of walk back on the aft castle.
Yeah, I'll just leave you to it.
Meanwhile, the rest of you have a chance to disembark as Innes comes down. I'll let you deal with that now.
How much of that did we get to see/hear as proud parents?
All of it?
Oh yeah!
I mean, there wasn't yelling exactly. It wasn't whispered.
Oh yeah, we're bringing her in.
Wait, what?
We're gonna get her. We'll work it out. We'll find a way.
They're not even going to tell Innes about this plan. He's just going to find out when
We'll
she
figure
appears
it
on
out.
the ship
Yeah,
at some point.
Surprise!
We got your girlfriend.
Yeah, she might be in a box, but don't worry about it.
Your wedding's down the hall. Don't worry about it.
You can reattach heads using mending, right?
Yeah. We have to cut bits off to make a fit. I'm sorry.
Not sure that's how that works.
Let's. It's already. So we'll workshop this. We'll workshop it. Don't
Okay.
So we're are we all then now heading to prep, as it were, with a long rest and whatnot?
You can. If there's no more business aboard the Fiddler's Do, you need to conclude.
Before we do leave the Fiddler's Do, I'd like to catch Darby.
Okay.
And just put a hand on her shoulder and say, "Are you okay doing this?"
She has a long pause where she kind of looks sideways at you. Okay, doing what?
Grabbing the charts, being on board the ship.
Things need to be done.
Do you want someone to stay with you? I'm not saying to keep an eye on you and out of distrust. I'm saying for your safety and for your comfort, do you need someone with you?
Oh, no. I'll be along shortly.
Okay. That's all. And I walk away.
Okay, so you're leaving Morgan, Darby here to kind of get their information.
Yeah, the charts or whatever that
Right.
they were told to get.
Absolutely not.
Les has that grin.
Hell no. No. We don't leave her by herself. I thought that was the plan, was that we don't do that.
If you'd like to stay, then I'll get the charts from our ship.
I'll get the charts.
Or Innes will get the charts.
I know how to read them, so...
We're
I'll-
meeting on the Stingray, right? We're not even meeting here.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, Innes can come with me. I predominantly probably can't read charts. Couldn't tell you.
Innes has
it.
proficiency in Navigator's tools, so I'm...
I just want to keep. The only reason I volunteered for it was so that I could keep an eye on Old Mate, so that she wasn't by herself.
Right. The plan that was just established is that Darby's getting those and heading towards the Stingray, but we need to head back towards our ship, get our charts, and go
Yay.
to the Stingray. So that involves us separating. But if you'd like to stay with Darby, then by all means.
Are you okay with that?
I am perfectly fine with that.
Is that bullshit?
Her knuckles white.
It's okay. She's like, roll and see. I mean, don't you think it would be better if that happens anyway? Innes can get the charts and we can we can both go, like, to the other one.
That's fine.
Okay, when you say things are fine, I know that's bullshit.
I've just had a red flag. Sorry, I'm just having like PTSD here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I know you're on one, so.
Oh no, I am in so much trouble right now.
No, it's not the time for lies, my love. If you would like to say something
in front of everyone.
Yeah, she's not saying anything.
I'm just gonna go ahead back to the ship to go get our charts.
Innes, I'm just gonna go down the ladder.
Yes, there we go.
This is that thing he was just talking about people fighting. Listen, there'll be bruises. I'll tell you that much for sure.
Morgan's heading back into the captain's cabins to review their charts and collect them. Is Ella's coming, or is she waiting on the deck? Or are you guys gonna? I don't want to rush, but I do want to know what everyone's plan is.
She's got. Listen, if I don't.
Calm down, Sean.
If I don't get any indication that my significant other would like to speak to me, I'm leaving. So,
given the ship we're on and the surroundings and stuff, she will let that happen.
Okay, now it's a secret. Good to know.
Okay, so
now it's a secret. I see
Marie heads down the ladder to get on the boat and head back with Innes and the Reverend. Ellis
Doesn't
is-
even give me a crisp high five. Okay, that's GG's. See you later. Bye. Have a
That's the
good
sign.
one.
That's the first sign of trouble in paradise.
Enjoy
is being left
yourself.
hanging.
I'm just kind of making sure I'm following along.
You've
Yes.
been left on you've been left on red. Les.
Tells the pirate queen that we're married. Leaves me on red.
Even worse, they've read your message but not responded. That's the
Fuck
worst,
yeah.
isn't it?
Ah.
Is Sadie coming back from this?
Yes. Unless you think Sadie would. Well,
I think she'd be putting a message in Ellis's head.
Oh,
at this
there'll be
point.
so
That's
many
there.
messages flying around. Yeah.
I gave her every opportunity to say whatever she would like to say, and she said I got a gay, so she can go on her own.
okay. As you guys
Left me on
climb, as
yellow red.
Marie and Boddington and Innes climb down into the launch, you notice that McCoy's launch is also put off and started back towards his ship. There's another Royal Navy launch that's still docked against the Fiddler's Due. And there's no sign of Commander Hopkins.
Reverend, see that one for the Stingray? Was that the one who was making eyes at Ellis?
I'll be honest with you, Inish. I was drinking quite heavily during that meeting. Probably.
We might not want to tell the lady. We might want to just get back to our ship.
Yeah.
Oh, then
Sure,
you
I've
shut off
noticed
my
this
watch.
and heard all this.
Yeah. She's all right.
Lady Marie.
All right.
Shall we go?
We're going. It's all
Back
right.
to the
We're
ship?
off ski. Yeah.
Which is great because you realize these are rowboats.
These are not big, yeah.
Yeah. You're just like, oh, hi.
Yeah. So, yeah. Shall
Not
we
sure if
get
we can
going?
be coming back now or staying with? Shall we go?
Yeah, I think we should
You
go.
know, you two
Yeah.
go grab the charts, drink some water, Reverend, and
Good
I'll
luck.
meet you on the Stingray.
Can you clarify that
Back
last
up the
statement,
ladder.
please?
I've got some of it down. I can get you some. I can hook you up.
What's this all about? Drinking water? What's all that about?
Ellis will follow Morgan back into the cabin where Hopkins is going over the charts with Captain Armstead. Who
Starting the meeting without us.
watches
I
as you
see.
come in and she's like, excellent, makes sense of this. And then glances at Hopkins and then send me coordinates by message or by signal. We'll take the lead in the formation once we've got those from you. He nods curtly, looks over the charts and looks up as Ellis and Morgan come in and takes a moment to kind of get a grin before he starts to roll up the charts and offer them over to Morgan to carry.
Does she carry them?
Oh yeah, she takes them and kind of tucks them over.
Okay.
And she tries to look as small and inconspicuous as possible.
There's a lot of big dick energy in this room, so that's fair.
Yep. I would also love it in this situation if Ellis will roll me an insight check.
Okay, well, they've been pretty bad today, but
Yep.
we'll see what happens.
Well,
Oh, I'm a gamer. I know everything.
okay. I will chat with you between sessions.
Okay.
Don't let me forget.
I'm on high alert after the success of my natural 20.
Yeah, no kidding.
And the hidden fight I just apparently had with my wife that I'm not really sure what happened.
Okay. Put that there. Whoop. I got a week to come back to that. And actually, let me add one more note to that note so I don't forget. There. Yoink.
What the fuck?
But he'll look up and kind of like, as he gestures towards the exit, shall we to the Stingray and have a chance to confer? You are
To
the,
me?
yeah. He's
Okay.
mostly ignoring Morgan.
Wow.
So you're the XO then of your ship?
No, not really. I must admit, I'm not quite well versed in sea travel.
Executive officer, second in command.
First
mate.
Well,
More like first two, mate. Am I right?
Hey.
well, you know, I do have quite a close relationship with the Imperial Princess. Pretty much why I'm here.
Oh, her chief advisor.
Yeah. What's my actual title? Second lieutenant? That's pretty shitty, right? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we settled on lieutenant. Yeah.
I think I'll tell him like that's whatever my rank is.
Well, but that's a rank. That's not a role.
I serve as the bodyguard to the Imperial Princess, primarily.
Tiresome work, isn't it?
She's a very exhausting individual, but it is quite fulfilling.
On that statement, you emerge onto the deck to see Marie standing there at the gunwale.
Just smiling.
That the same smile that you had when you were staring down at the captains.
No, a little bit gentler. However, she does say, "Oh, is that your title to me? It's bodyguard. That's all."
Did she hear that part? I thought that
Yep.
she just heard that she was okay.
Oh yeah, that's what she came out. She came out to very fulfilling. Is like for sure her.
Yeah. You are quite an exhausting individual, but also incredibly fulfilling.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is. What else would you take it as?
Oh, I was just,
Would you like me to get into the depths of this is 18 plus? Well, I can do that.
No, I'm not saying that. I thought it was interesting that you called yourself my bodyguard. However, you failed to call yourself my wife, but that's fine.
Okay. I would.
Hopkins stops dead.
Is Hopkins busting out the popcorn at this point? Jeez.
he literally stops dead mid stride, and looks back and looks at Ellis, and then he looks over at Marie, and then he kind of leans back and closes his feet together, and then he doesn't say a word.
Okay, to be fair, he asked me what my job was, and I don't consider marriage a job. If you do, that's good to know. But, who's to say?
Okay.
We're very tight-lipped this afternoon. My lady, is there something that you would like to say?
No.
That is a damaging lie, and I do not need to roll for it.
Oh, my.
I'm willing to have it out right now.
I am not considering our place and the task at hand. And
You're
the audience here.
You're the one who's mad about it, so...
I just want to remind us of where we are standing.
Okay, who's in the immediate vicinity? How many people? I need to know right now.
Morgan, Hopkins, and probably 4 random members of the crew that are trying desperately to get what they need to get done without being part of what's about to happen.
All right, good afternoon, crew of whatever the fuck this ship's called. What's it called? I forgot.
Fiddler's Due?
I would like you to know that this is my wife. Apparently, if everybody doesn't know that, it's a crime. So if you're listening... I just want everybody to know that this is my wife, and she would also like you to know that I'm her wife. I'm just pointing to a random crew member. Did you hear that?
This
You catch
poor
that?
guy
There's a
who's
random
like,
voice in the distance.
like, who's
I'm just
tying
taking it from
off-
Snafu, which is like,
Did
dig
you
up, stupid.
Did you hear that?
you see tying things off. He looks. Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. Darby, you knew. Did you not know? Just checking.
The scroll case.
Yes.
Okay. Yep. Good.
Oh man.
Happy? Satisfied? No?
You're in so
She
much trouble.
just starts leading towards the boats to go towards the stingray.
Oh, she's coming too.
Yeah.
Of course she's going.
When you get to the gunwale to look down, you can see there's only one launch left.
Okay. I don't
awkward
feel
boat
bad
ride.
about it. Babe, it's only awkward if you make it awkward.
And Hopkins will take a moment to kind of glance around. Oh. And then he'll gesture kind of politely to let you precede him down the ladder.
Reverend, do you feel a sudden chill breeze?
Yeah, I'd don't want any rummages into his coat. Oh, so I've got some brandy I didn't know about here. And some over to you.
Not for me, thanks.
All right, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course you don't drink, do you? All right. Yeah, we're just kind of like, yeah, all right.
As we're getting back to the Bitter Victory.
You watch as the ship starts rowing across, and there's Hopkins is standing in the back next to the gentleman at the rudder as the crew rows. What? Tell me exactly what Marie and Ellis look like as the launch rows its way across the harbor.
Look potently satisfied with my own decision.
Maria just has a look as if anyone she's looking at, she's looking past them. She's not even actually facing anyone. She's just at the.
She's
just sitting.
Is she sitting next to me?
She's sitting at the very front little part of the boat. She got on the boat
Wow.
first, so it's all up to Ellis.
What a bitch.
If she
No, I'm
sits
kidding.
next to her.
Is there space to do so?
Yes, you
Yes.
could.
I'm
You could
willing-
squeeze in next to her.
Guys, my ego is so far up my own ass. I am absolutely sitting next to her.
It's fine, and she puts a hand on your leg.
Hell yeah!
As she's pointedly looking in the opposite direction.
Yeah, she's not looking at you though.
Not sure if she wants to beat me up or like rail me up, but we'll find out, I guess. Next time on Bitter Victory.
Yeah, not that. Yeah. That cliffhanger.
It's actually kind of where we're wrapping for the week.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Kind of like a cinematic camera shot of like pulling back from that hand to the wider ocean with the music swelling, isn't it, as we head towards the next adventure, isn't it?
Yeah. A lovely juxtaposition there between the two romantic relationships going on there.
So that I am not afraid to yell at random crew members and let them know and bring them into
Random
my
crew
drama.
members are fucking afraid.
They've already got
You.
one woman they're terrified of. Now they've got two.
I hope so. Is it me or is it her though? Debatable.
Marie wasn't screaming at people. Let's be clear.
Yeah.
The true question is, does Hopkins care about my marital status? Tune in next week. We'll find out.
I got a week to figure
Rob's
that
got
out.
a lot to think about. He's
I
got a lot to think about.
Oh. Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, so we should probably wind it down. We are not going to raid out because I'm back again at 1 o'clock because we're gonna dial down a little bit and dial up in other ways because we're gonna sit down with the Candlekeep crew is coming together this afternoon for our monthly game, and hopefully it will be the conclusion of Sarah of Yellowcrest Manor from the Candlekeep Mysteries, which kind of is scratching the itch the ladies have been asking to have scratched. Good old-fashioned dungeon crawl. Kick down the door, kill the monsters, take their stuff, which they've been itching for a whiles.
None of this interpersonal nonsense.
No. We had a good old crawl a few weeks back, didn't we?
Yeah, you've had your crawls. You'll get more. Don't worry. I got it covered. So to that end, around the table, who we were playing, and did you have a star moment today? And we're gonna kick it off first with DW, if you'd be so kind.
I had to wait. Oh, my chair's just collapsed. I've gone really short.
What just happened?
My chair's lost its gas, and I've got
Are you okay, Chief?
I'm all right. I'm just really low, but don't worry about it. I'll sort it later.
The Reverend's in room now.
Yeah, I am.
Playing a Hobbit.
I'll sort it now. I'll do it off stream. My name's Susie. My name's Daddy Wisdom, and I'm not. I did do this on purpose. My name is Daddy Wisdom. Daryl is in real life, and you'll find me across Twitch doing various things, driving a truck and variety stuff and what have you. I played Reverend Boddington, who had he drank coffee and what have you, and just kind of went with the flow, which kind of what he does in these situations when there's a lot of talking going on. So star moment, I mean, obviously I think just Innis coming into further, his arc continues to develop. He becomes a more we get to know more about Innis and see his confidence slowly grow as well, which is manifested in several ways, not least the fact that he was just unprompted spicy with the nonsense going on around with him. He actually, I guess the Reverend's general attitude to this kind of nonsense is rubbed off on him slightly, and he's obviously growing in confidence in other ways. So I think definitely a big shout out for that. So yeah, that's me.
All right. That takes us over to Al, if you'd be so kind.
Hey there, Snafu Al across Twitch and other places too, I suppose, but mainly on Twitch. Today I was playing as Innis, the half-elf artificer. I think my star moment has to be Les literally eating popcorn that entire section.
Yeah. That was a close second.
Literally having the popcorn.
Yeah.
That's maybe it's a bit meta, but fuck yeah.
Chef kiss to that. Pond?
My star moment of the evening was, definitely seeing Innis kind of step out of Giorgio and still be able to approach this person. I think that's a big step for that character and shown a little bit of vulnerabilities. That was really nice.
Cool. Les, you want to anchor it?
Yeah, I actually can't wait for this spin-off for the Bitter Victory, which is Fast and the Furious, 22, and it's just boat races. I liked this. It was really funny watching like you two guys, like obviously the Reverend's like, yeah, let's fucking like full send on this bet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then because he has so much confidence, obviously knows nothing about boats, but he has just so much confidence in it. So I just thought it was really like endearing as a way to be like supportive dad mode. And I hope that we win.
Yeah, make a bit of money as well. And
facts.
You know,
Get that branding. Yeah.
I also like the fact that he's betting for the sake of Innis, asked Innis' opinion about winning brandy, and Innis does not drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fine prize, but I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, well, the Reverend does,
Worth
and
it.
he'll see Innis right. You know,
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
Innis just wants to prove that his boat is good.
Yeah, definitely like that. You were
As
taking
one
no
does.
prisoners today. You know, what I mean, you had no F's to give with all this going around.
Also, two awkward people like half trying to flirt. I was just living for. I feel
That's evidence by popcorn.
it was so like there were so many really like sweet, I don't know, just like little sweet pockets of moments where, and I love that he's trying to convince her to join. I reckon we could swing it. We're that good. We're that good.
Is that how that works?
Though I was a little nervous when she was like, she said something about, he was like, can we start over? And she was like, I like the story of Giorgio. And I took it as her being like, I like Giorgio more than you, but then like it got it, and I was like, oh my god, what a bitch! She's dead. I'll kill her. But then she meant, I knew what she meant, but at first I was like,
Wow.
kill her.
Yeah. You'd have been
We
your
wasted
eyebrows
our
towards
healing
the
saving this
Reverend were just
bitch.
like,
Yeah. We were
you
like,
know.
what the fuck did she just say to our son?
I'll fucking kill her.
Who shot her through the door? Like, he doesn't.
Oh dear.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. My name is Rob, aka Noir. I got to be everybody else. Thanks for coming by this morning. It was fun. I think for what we set out to do with the session, we hit our benchmarks. I'm not gonna lie. I think ending on this wonderful bit of tension between Marie and Ellis was like just watching
tension.
Watching all of
Not
that
me.
art kind of just. It was good storytelling. So
We next time we play, we got to let Jenna roll for stealth to see if she stole that hat. Because the second that hat came down, I was like, that bitch is going to steal that for sure.
Which one? Didn't
Absolutely.
two of them put their hats on the table?
Yeah.
Give her 2 chances.
Just walk out with two hats.
advantage because she wasn't here. So
That's the one she already stole from the
stealth.
gunslinger.
Yeah, facts.
Going back to Bitter Victory to Sadie on a tower of tricorns.
Yeah.
She just she just takes them. Yeah.
So I'll see everybody back here at 1:00 Eastern for some Candlekeep. Until then, folks, go ahead and enjoy a quick lunch, and we'll see
Take a
you
short
back
rest.
here in a little while. Yeah, take your short rest. We'll see you back shortly, and in those next 2 hours, please stay safe.